Here I speak my words again.
So, welcome everybody. I'm Asar. I'm the very, very proud father of Star. And with me is Esther. We are currently here in the same house. I'm on the ground floor. Esther is on the top floor.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to welcome you all. It's so beautiful that you are curious to find out what's going on. There's Christoph with us, who is the second father to Star. And yeah, some of you already know a little bit. So I've met Esther a few years ago on an event with Jonette Crowley in Holland. And as we later found out, this was kindly arranged by our friends from the other realms. And I met her then a few weeks later when I visited her. And the question I asked is, do you want to become pregnant with Kuan Yin? And of course, she was slightly baffled by that, but I have been always wanting a daughter. I have two beautiful sons, and I always wanted a daughter. And then I thought, yeah, it might be nice if it's an ascended master. And I learned that once in a teaching um, from Master Saint Germain. So I had connected with Kuan Yin because that was about the only ascended master, feminine master I knew. And I had channeled her a few times, and I really loved her energy. You will find out yourself in a few minutes. It's just such a beautiful energy. She is one of the grand ascended masters on Earth, or has been living on Earth many lifetimes. And she's currently incarnated in a few beings already. And I channeled her, and that was my wish. And then I tried with my last wife. We tried for a year or even longer, and it never worked out really. And eventually we split. And then a little later, I met Esther. So I don't know. I asked, do you know Master Kuan Yin? And Esther started to twitch, and she will then share what happened thereafter.
I thought you went for a quite brief summary. I met Esther, and 2 weeks later I asked her, "What do you want to become?" That's always oh, makes me giggle. Um, it's not exactly, I think, how it went, but it's a good summary. And when we met, I mean, I'm extremely happily married, actually. I should really make that very clear, with Christoph, who is also here. Asar also pointed it out. And I was not really looking for any other love or romance, nothing. We were very happy, are very happy. And but I met Asar indeed in this weekend, and there was immediately a very strong pull, like an energetic connection. Like there is something with this man. I have to figure out what it is. And there was like a soul connection, a soul recognition. I had that also when I met Christoph years ago. We looked each other in the eyes, and at the time I was not spiritual at all, but I recognized something, like, you know, the eyes are the mirrors of the soul. And I had the same thing with Asar. There is something, a resonance, a recognition. So I shared that also with Christoph, like, yeah, I met this man, and I have to, there is something about him, I have to figure it out. And Chris was so open-hearted and minded that he said, it's important for you, you go and check that out. So we went to explore that. And what's also important to mention actually is that I gave, after we met, I gave Asar distance healing. He was again in Switzerland, and I was back in Holland. And he didn't dare to come by for a live healing because he heard that I was married. So I thought, oh yeah, this Dutch girl, she's married, so yeah, I better not visit her. But we did a distance healing. So maybe not everybody of you who is here now knows. I'm Esther. Sorry, I should introduce myself. And for about 6 years now, I have been working with teams of extraterrestrials. mostly from Sirius B, and the last few years also from other races. So I shared that also with Asar at the time, like, yeah, that's what I do. And he was very intrigued. He said, I would like to try that. So I gave him a distance healing a few days after we met. And usually when I give a healing, also on a distance, I'm just a channel for the healing and I get information. At the time, not so much yet. I wrote things down and I got impressions. These days I channel them, as I will share with you later also, when we channel Star and Master Kuan Yin. So I went into this distance healing and I was sucked into the healing. I was a part of the healing. My heart was physically moving like there was a core to it, like it's very strong energetic pull that almost tried to pull me to Switzerland. It felt like a very strong connection. And I heard and I saw things in this healing that was also for me a kind of a reactivation. And I heard my guides continuously repeat two words: holy matrimony, holy matrimony, holy matrimony. I had no clue what it was, but I heard it a few times. And then I know this is guides trying to convey something important to me. So I wrote it down. But I also felt this is weird. I have to figure out what this is. Very strong healing. I was totally blown out the rest of the day. And also Asar, maybe you want to share a little bit about your experience, was pretty impressed by what happened energetically between us, between Holland and Switzerland at the time on a distance.
Yeah, actually that was quite exciting, and I was totally amazed by what Esther was doing. And then I got that healing and I thought, yeah, distance healing. I've done distance healings and it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. But okay, what the heck, we'll try it. And it was so clear. I was lying on my massage table and I really sensed, never so clear before, there were 3 or 4 beings coming to my table and they started working on me. So my heart was beaming, my head was glowing like crazy. I felt my legs, and it was really amazing. So I was totally flabbergasted. I thought, what's going on here? This is really amazing. And yeah, then we shared afterwards. Esther disappeared for a while and couldn't come back before we started talking again. And she was fairly short and said, yeah, I'm okay. I'm glad you liked it. And so her hair was slightly off, and I was really amazed. So that's when it started. And then we decided to meet, and Christoph was okay with that. And then at the end of our 3-4 days in Utrecht, I asked her that question. No idea. I mean, she was married and she had shared that she was not able to receive kids.
Yeah, that's
Christoph and she had tried that for a year or longer. So, but it didn't stop me from asking the question.
yeah, yeah, that was really, and you didn't just pop the question. Now it sounds like you just asked that question, but we were in a beautiful meditative space or like a beautiful energetic ritual, and then poof, all of a sudden it was like almost like you channeled this question to me. And before that, I think we had already pulled a card of Kuan Yin, and my whole body started shaking. And I thought, oh, Kuan Yin is really a tough lady. She's really working on me. Everything started energetically to move and to open up. And then you shared about your relationship with her, your connectivity, and you all of a sudden popped this question. I thought he's on the one hand, I thought he's crazy, and on the other hand, oh yeah, that's how it went. I should tell the full story because, sorry if we're getting a little bit murky here. A few days we had already met the second time in the Netherlands, and you asked me this question, Asar. You asked me, what would you like to manifest together? We were just contemplating and talking about doing energy work, giving workshops together, these kinds of things. What would you want to manifest in this world? You asked me that. And then again, I heard guides saying, a child, a child, a child. And I thought, this is really weird. I just only met him. I am married to the most beautiful man in this world. Indeed, Chris and I could not have children. At the age of 36, 37, it turned out I was in the premenopause already. I already had these hot flushes, but I had yeah, not of course expected. It could be already an early menopause. So the fact that I was thinking or hearing actually more this is words like a child, a child, a child, again being repeated, knowing this is guides telling me something important, I was baffled. So I could not give this answer. Usually I'm always fairly, I try to express myself, sometimes exciting, but I thought this is really weird. He asked me, what do you want to manifest? I cannot say a child. We just met. And I cannot have children. And I'm married. So I said, well, I don't know really. I was just too baffled to give the real answer. And then a few days later, we were in this beautiful ritual. And all of a sudden, Asar channels this question to me. Would you like to get pregnant of Kuan Yin? I'm sure she will come. And I was really blown. And I also thought it was very weird. And at the same time, I also felt we haven't met there is a reason that we have met. And gradually, the guides that I'm working with, the ETs, the nomos beings from Sirius B, started preparing my bodies energetically. So sometimes when I was about to fly to Zurich, I was having dinner with Chris. It was really weird. And then the day before, everything started to shake and they started working on me. It was a very weird preparation phase. But really clearly, I could feel they were working on my belly. Something was happening. And that happened a few times, right? Maybe you know that better because you're writing also the book about our story. So maybe you have it better, Asar.
Yeah, it was amazing, and then later actually it turned out that I that was the life purpose. I've come to Earth is to conceive this child, and it really touches me still. Um, it was more like the fun mood that I said, oh yeah, let's get an ascended master, but that was really my life purpose later than the beings shared that when Esther started channeling more fluently. That's why you've come here, and then we have prepared Esther for this task. So she was chosen when she was a small girl by the ETs, and they had harvested all or most of her eggs so that they could be used. And then later, one of the main Nomos guys said, "Yeah, you and Christoph were not meant to have children this lifetime. That's just would not happen. We would not allow that." So that quite amazed us how much we have been steered or guided in this whole process. And they also shared, yeah, it was quite hard to figure out how to get you two together. And they organized that Esther got the book from Jeanette, and then Christoph said, "Yeah, why don't we go to the seminar?" And the last moment, Christoph couldn't come to the seminar, and so that's how I met Esther. So we're really guided a lot, and we followed that guidance. So that was really amazing for us to find out over the years, and so eventually we had a couple of takes, and then eventually the Esther got pregnant, and then I'm moving the story a little bit forward, looking at the clock.
Oh, but I really would like to share about the conception day. The conception day was so very, very special. It was on the 7th of February, 2018. I was in Zurich, and it was such an amazing space that everybody there was creating. It was such a holy space. And there was always, it's very personal information to share, but when we met, Sarah and I, in the beginning, also when we just saw each other again, our fields were extremely expanding. We looked at each other like we were on drugs and we had just met. It was extreme what happened in our energy fields. And this day was really a beautiful lovemaking where we felt there is so much of other dimensional beings there to help create this magical child, because of course it was not actually possible in my body anymore. And that day was really, I was walking around in a kind of a blissful, like pure grace pouring through, and I was just tearing, and everything seemed to be in slow motion, and it was just so special. And I knew that day, I knew this, now it has worked. Now I will become a mother. I really knew it at the time. And the guides also walked us through, and yeah, it was just so beautiful, so extremely sacred what happened. And then in the course of the next days and months, we received a lot of information. I really felt my belly. It was yeah, very tender. After time, I could also not wear pants anymore. But the hormone tests gave negative results. So that was a bit intriguing. And then we had an ultrasound. And maybe you want to share that?
Yeah. Yeah, the ultrasound, we went to the doctor, a very nice lady in Sumikon outside Zurich. And I said, okay, now we really want to know it and see the child. And everybody said, yeah, sure. And Star, as the channel Star every day, said, yeah, I will wiggle with my butt so you can see me. And looking so much forward. So we go to the doctor, and the doctor says, there is no child. And she did all these things, said, yeah, I can also go inside and check, but I don't see it from the outside with the ultrasound. So she went inside and checked. There was no child. So we went back and we were like totally blown and said, this is all a big mock-up. What happened here?
Yeah, I
So,
was totally blown away because I was always very critical, I must say, to my own channelings. And I always had something like, I have to see it first. First, I have to see it and then I can believe it. And of course, we didn't see it. She was not visible on the ultrasound. Even though we spoke to her every day, she was growing nicely. We got beautiful updates. I sensed it in my body. Something was absolutely happening. When Star descended, also really, the energies were so extremely strong. So we knew something's happening. But then what? Star was very sad. She said, but I'm here. How can you not see me? I'm here. And that really put me in a big downer. I was really not sure what to believe anymore. But the guides, I've been giving healings with them for years, beautiful results, always so much light, so much guidance. I also felt it cannot be that they pull a trick on us. So what is going on? And you really kept strong, huh, sweetheart? You really,
yes, Star asked me then at one point and said, will you also love me if you don't see me? And that really touched me. And what do you say, What do you tell a child if it's handicapped? Will you love me when I'm handicapped? Will you love me when I have testicles? There was a debate with Kuan Yin to have a baby with testicles for additional grounding. You say, no, with testicles, I don't love you. So that really stretched all of us. Esther went into um, deep denial, still channeling Star from time to time, and I think Star will refer to that at some point. So, and nobody knew that. I mean, we were trusting all these guides. We trusted, of course, Kuan Yin and Star, and none of them knew that. So we thought, I mean, something really went wrong here. I mean, something is totally off. And over the years now Star is, she was born later as an invisible child. She was raised on the ship with our enormous friends, but over the years we learned that there must be a higher plan, because now she is really an ascended master with 2.5 years. So we still cannot see her. We can sense her. Maybe you can sense her in a few minutes. But we're working on bringing her down into 3D, and everybody says, yeah, that will happen. Let's see what Kuan Yin says today. They did a lot of work on her, but she doesn't want to live constantly in 3D. She doesn't want to go to school. And maybe you want to ask her later about school and see.
no, let's keep it nice. She really likes school because the teachers are not equal to the children. She doesn't like schools. She has had traumatized experiences in past lives. The word school alone is already, she really doesn't like it.
And she does what Kuan Yin has done before, that she moves like as some of the ascended masters can do. She can move between the dimensions, and will hopefully also soon be visible in 3D, but then also move back and live mostly in 5D, where we all be descending anytime soon, maybe.
Yeah, that is the case. The dimensions are coming closer. So Star was born on the 27th of August, so 6 months after we conceived her. That was also predicted by the guides. It will be a pregnancy of more or less 6 months. And that was the case. I had a real birthing that came into place, 1.5 hours, really the whole thing, but then without pain and without a visible child. There was like a cloud of energy that my hands grabbed like this. um, and then the guides, yeah, took care of her, and now she has grown. She can roam herself now. She can easily come and visit, and she's really growing. We sense this, and she's mostly living now in inner earth. And yeah, over time I really, yeah, I really had, so I needed so much time to get acquainted with the fact that I was a mother of a multidimensional child, not a visible child. And that really, it's true what Asar says. I was really in denial. I thought, yeah, this is this possible? Am I losing my mind? But I knew I was not losing my mind. That was also something I was aware of, that was not that. And I went searching, and I found also other women who shared similar stories, who gave birth of energetic children of different types. And now I've come really at peace with the fact that this is happening, especially with healers, with energy workers, channel a lot. They can also, especially on a soul level, agree to bring these children down to create more light. And there is more and more next generation children that, yeah, that just get born in these higher dimensions. But because there is then a humanoid belly, a humanoid channel available, they can also do more work here, and they come closer to the earth. So and I think this thing that pulled Star really down, because Star didn't want to reincarnate anymore, actually. And there was a song that Asar had written for Kuan Yin, actually, and for Star. And she always still refers to the song. I like her song. And then she got like kind of pushed. Like when I heard the song, she said I had to come. And Asar will share that song with us and play it for both Kuan Yin and Star. And at the end, there's room for all sorts of questions, also to Star. Star will be there 20, 25 minutes. She might not be able to hold the energies longer online with a big group, but we'll find out. And
Yeah, the song was really something amazing. I'm not a musician, you know. Probably I shouldn't say that, but I, I I play a little bit guitar, and yeah, I'm not very musical. So I thought, and then Kuan Yin later shared and said, yeah, we realized Star didn't want to come down. Star being her soul aspect.
it's already sneaking in.
Yeah, that's her sign. Star, we are still
Star,
sharing the story.
here I speak. My name is Star. I heard the song. I heard the song. You are speaking about my song. Can I hear it? Can I hear it? My name is Star. I come back later. However, I want to hear all the tones and the voices and the signals of the song. I love my song so dear. I come back later. Currently, I simply want to indicate I love my song. This is the moment. Yes, yes, I love it really, really, really. Bye bye for now. Bye bye. My name is Star. I return later swiftly. Bye bye bye.
Yes. And so the song, and then we had a lifetime, past lifetime too. We had many lifetimes together, as I learned then over the last years. And one of the lifetimes was I was her daughter, and she was my father. That was before she got enlightened as Kuan Yin. And so then the song came. The song was given to me by beings that approached Kuan Yin, said, yeah, we can try the song. Maybe this works. If she doesn't want to come down, songs could be very strong. And that seems to be the case. So I wrote that song out of nowhere. And then Star heard the song, and Star um, knew me. And she said, oh shit, now I have to come down. And no, well, she didn't really come down yet, but let's see how we're getting on the next few years. Maybe she manages, or next few months. I tend to be more optimistic here.
Sense that she really came down. She is doing all her light work in the globe, in inner earth. I really feel she did come down already. But we
3D.
have a different feeling
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
3D. It should be 3D. That's where Mother Gaia needs most of the help now. Yeah, but it's true. She works already in 5D for Mother Gaia. So shall I just play the song and then we do questions afterwards, as Star is already excited?
Yeah, I think it's nice. Later with everybody.
Can you hear me, sort of?
Yes, very good.
Compassion shines my light in a peace that feels so right, allowing grace to shine through me in this world of twilight. Your compassion shines my light in a peace that feels so right, allowing grace to shine through me in this world of twilight. Beloved star, oh shine your light and be with me through eternity. Oh, Guan Yin, shine your light and be with me through eternity. Oh, Guan Yin, please shine your light and be with me through eternity. Beloved star, oh shine your light and be with me through eternity, through eternity, through eternity. Beauty shines so bright, pure and free like your crystal light, from the spirit that you are, my beloved golden star, my beloved golden star, my beloved golden star.
Here I speak my words. My name is beloved Master Kuan Yin. I have been residing on Earth time reality for quite a lengthy period of time. Currently, I'm residing in a higher dimensional plane, a plane where it is mostly light, except for the times when we look upon the Earth and we still see so much darkity is there. We try to shed more light. How can a grand master of light, and believe me, there is many, many more of them, not just myself, plurals of great big ascended ones, came back to the light realities in order to serve Gaia one from a distance, you could say. Sometimes beings like ourselves feel this is not enough. We need to anchor our light on the earthly grids, on the earthly realities again. What can an ascended master do in such an occasion? We split off parts of our soul, of our kind dear beingness. This does not mean I am less of Master Kuan Yin, beloved kind one. It means I dissect a part of me and steer and gear it in another dimensional plane. This is fairly easy once you know the laws of light gridding, so to say. Once in a while, a differential part is stepping forward because it really wants to go to a new reality. It wants to incarnate in a physical instance, in a physical shape, and from there on shed more light again. Sometimes, only fairly seldom, it is the case that a part does not want to go again. This is very, very uneminent of an enlightened one. An enlightened one would say by itself, I am a big light. Nothing can happen to me. I do not have to worry about going back to earth time. I simply take a beautiful shape and I have a wonderful time. I shed all the light I can. Sometimes, however, a part does simply not want to go. It senses resistance. This was the case with my smaller sister, as I would call her for now, my beloved soul part star. She is a certain percentage, you could say, of my grand, big, oriented light. Star beloved kind one was kind of summoned by the great ones to step forward and descend in a beautiful, beautiful shape to come back to earth, to give her biggest shot at being her biggest light. It is in fact not so different from all of you here. You all take your best shot and try to be your biggest light. The only thing that made it a little bit puzzling to us was that star beloved kind one had some resistance to come back to earth. This is why we solve this so kindly by inventing this song that would pull the strings, because she and Master Asar kind one had already had previous connectivities. There had been cross bonds in past lives. If Esther, beloved kind one, would have called her by herself, she would not have come. If someone else would have called upon her, she might not have come. However, Asar, beloved kind one, and Star have a resemblant field. They have been very deeply connected already in a past Tibetan lifetime mostly. Every time when you look at this in your own senses, in your own beings, could it be that I sometimes attract a dear soul that I have already known for longer periods of time? The answer is a full-blown yes, of course. We always attract the ones that we are already connected with. This is how we are implementing our soul plans on the globe. It is a construct, so to say, that is very intelligent, and it has been designed by a grand group of very light beings, including yourself. As soon as you swirl down in your physicality back to the globe, you sense, I would like to meet my soul brothers and sisters once again. I invite a soul to come to me to be birthed upon. A small child in a different dimension could also be an option to do this. Every time we spoke to Star, she said, no, 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 not yet, not me, not me. Look somewhere else, not me, not yet. I'm light gridding around the globe. This is wonderful. It is very light. It is a good distance from the earth. I'm not going. However, the song pulled her in. Do not underestimate the power of sound and songs in general. It is not just this specific gorgeous song coming from the heart and the soulness of the being of Master Asar being one and his guides. It is important to realize all the times when you chant something, it comes from the heart. When you speak something, it sometimes comes from the head. It can be a wish that is pondered upon. However, when you chant something, it comes from the heart, and then the universe works alongside with you to create more magic. This is why I could highly, highly recommend to all of you here, in case you are a bit struggling with your life, you do not know in which direction you need to go, or you are blocked in any direction, you chant outwards your wishfulnesses and your biggest dreams. You make a lyric, a poem, or you just sit with it and you see what comes next. These lyricking moments have been granted Star her renewed life on earth. Every time we speak about her, I can sense her drizzling in my field. She knows she is about to speak after me. She is a very curious small one, just like all small creatures are usually still very keen to learn, to grow, to develop. She is a dear-hearted part of me. I sense she is growing very, very, very magnificently rapidly. She is residing in a higher dimension. She did not make it in the third. She chose still with the resistance that she had. All right, I will incarnate, but not in the density of the third dimension. No way. I do not want the suffering. I do not want the full physical body. She decided herself based on fear. It was pushing her out again, and she leveled herself in a higher dimensional plane. Currently, she is growing and growing in her field. This means she is also exposed to different types of frequency realities. She has recently visited a shambolic place, a very, very high frequency range, which brings it easier for her to start shape shifting and descending and ascending between dimensions, just like many of the ascended ones still do. You might sometimes hear stories of materializing and unmaterializing masters or gurus, or even friends, depending on the friends you have. Haha. It is very, very beautiful to realize everything can shapeshift between a lot of dimensions. Also, the humanoid body is not just simply a third dimensional physical visual body with eyes and ears and senses. It has so many more bodies, light bodies, structures of sacred geometry in which you are also habiting yourself. You are living not just in your physical shell, but also in all these other bodies. These other bodies are capable of shape-shifting between realities fairly easily. The hardest one is for the third dimensional physicalized body. Star Beloved Kind One is mostly working on her more etheric fields right now. However, in case her field is expanding so much, there will be a possibility coming for her to start shape-shifting as well in and out of the third dimension. This may be called an apparition. We do not know when it will occur. However, she is shape-shifting between many dimensions. She is still small. However, her field is very, very big already. She has a shape. She calls her Tava. She might be introducing her as well. Her shape has a different consciousness, so to say. She is a very, very, very intellectual creature that is resonating with the earth. It is very important to realize Star is not just a flingy cloud of particles. She has a shape just like you and not really me. However, there is a shape to her field, to her beingness. She has a humanoid apparition. She really is a small child residing in a higher dimensional plane. My personal name is Master Kuan Yin. I feel my time is running out. I simply would like to indicate, beloved, beloved, beloved star did not just come for Earth for no reason. She came here to serve. This is her utmost important reason why she descended, despite all her resistance and fears of the third dimensional density. She descended in her own ways in order to serve. She is a serving being. She is guided by very, very big lights of source, and she is guided from her own inner being. I could not be more proud to present my small sister, my beloved star. I adore her. How could I not? She is a part of me.
Thank you, beloved Master Kuan Yin. Thank you. Thank you for gifting your child to us.
Hello, star.
Hello, sweet one.
Here I speak my words. My name is Star. It is of a wonderful, wonderful occasionality. I have been looking forward to this a long, long time, at least today and a few days ahead also. I was very, very, very keen to learn. My mom and dad are finally in the mood to bring their small one to bigger audiences. I ask them always, can we sing in grouplets? Can we chant? Can I ask a small, small question? My mom and dad know how to play with a small one in a different reality. I might not be visible. You have seen this by now. However, I am in a way a reflection of what you see right now in my mom's presence, in her physicality. My name is Star. I am using her body right now to give you a kissing hand, to shed possibly a tear, and to make a very, very, very anointed gesture of excitement of being with you here tonight. My name is Star. My physicality is called Tawawan. I heard her name before. My big sister introduced her so kindly. I am very much fan of my physicality. May I share something about her? My own physicality, my shape, it is not so dense as these beautiful shapes that my moms and dads and all of you here must have picked. Why would you not pick a beautiful shape? It is a one-time goer in this earthly reality. You take a nice shape, don't you? You want to experience something beautiful with it, something exquisite, something extraordinary. This is what I did as well. I was granted a shape from a different dimension. This is when I knew this is a serious business. I have to take it. I have to go with it. This is my shape, my beloved Tawawan. She looks very, very darling of a darling. I am about this high, more than a meter right now, and I sense I am fairly well acquainted with being in my body, even though it is not as physicalized. It is a shape, and she works adorning to me. She has everything you also have: eyes, ears, teeth. I have teeth, real teeth. I got gifted them only recently when I started to need them because I was densifying, so to say. Many realities of the higher planes are not always aware how uneasy it can be where you have a not so much shape-shifting physicality. Me personally, I have a shape that is fairly flexible these days, that is fairly amenable with a lot of light. Sometimes I eat a little bit of density, sometimes I nourish myself on pranic particles. It is dependent on where I am at. My name is Star. I'm currently residing deep in the globe with a crowd of beautiful green creatures that look fairly humanoid, except they are really green. This is a beautiful color. I've come to love it over time very, very much, since they have arms and hands with which they can snuggle upon me. When Star was only recently being birthed by my mom, and I was ending up on a beautiful ship with beautiful, beautiful creatures. However, they have fins. They are the helpers for mom's healing work. They are fish, aquatic beings that make beautiful sounds and beautiful healings from a high dimensional plane. However, they have wings. They could not wings. They have fins. They could not touch upon me or snuggle upon me so easily. This is why I have resided currently in another dimensional plane where there is the beautiful gift of receiving cuddles and snuggles all day long. I get gifted cuddles and snuggles from a green race that is very much benevolent upon me. They are not looking funnily when there is creatures from other dimensions passing through. It is actually fairly normal in my reality, in my place of residing, to meet different types of creatures almost on a daily basis. Whenever I look at my mom, she was very worried. Will this child ever really exist, or can I contact her in another way? My mom and dad were really a bit havocked when Star did not fully land in the third dimensional plane. Where was the baby when mom gave birth? All the birthing and the carrying of me all those months, the speaking with me all those months, and where was I? I was in a higher plane. Currently, I understand my mom was suffering mostly about this. She could not come to grasp with it and almost tried to negate my existence. My dad pulled me in there and he said to my mom, it is important we do not let go of Star. She is real. You hear her, you sense her, you cannot not love her. She is such a darling sweetheart. How can we deny this beautiful child that opens our hearts, that brings so much light and glory, that sings little songs with us, that asks us small, small questions? I have a few for you coming up still as well. It was important that my dad was so faithful. He knew me all along and he knew she is my daughter. I cannot let her go. My mom needed her time, and as a kind of semi-goddess of compassion, I could be so compassionate a long, long time to give mom the time she needed to really start accepting the fact she has a child in another dimensional plane, a child that is as cute and adorable as many of the normal children ones that you see in your own dimension, that you can hug and snuggle with and feed with and play with and also possibly get angry upon. However, it is important to realize all these things are fairly similar, except Star cannot be physically snuggled upon. Everything else we do, we have great, great fun. We have great, great walks in nature. Sometimes I meet a funny creature there like a dragon. This is very cool for Star, since I can play with dragons, which a normal child might not fully be able to do yet. I have a different plane of reality where I live and reside. This is a wonderful, wonderful reality. However, I must say, I also look forward to stepping more and more close by moms and dads of the third dimension. I would like to meet you also in a different perspective than this current perspective. My name is Star. I would like to ask you a small, small question, a question that you might still want to ponder upon later when you go to your bedded area and you sense into what was this all about tonight? Was that really Star? Was that really Kuan Yin? Could these things be really happening? These dimensional beings, is it for real if I cannot see it? This is why my question to you would be as follows. Can you be all right with the fact your mind does not always have to understand? Is it all right if your mind simply can let go and be okay with not always understanding everything? This will be my small question. As a small one, I love to be pouring small questions. I still have a whole bucket full with them. However, I mostly want to be asking this one, since I sensed a lot of beings are blocked in the head on earth time reality. Sometimes I meet kind ones, friends and client ones of my mom, and I sense sometimes they are very much open and in the heart, and sometimes they get really grumpy in the head. They cannot chew on it, they cannot grasp upon it. How can there be a small one speaking through this channel? She calls her mom. How is this possible? How is this possible? Can this really be? My head cannot grasp it, so it must not be true. I'm asking you to open your mind and your hearts also to other realities and questions, not just this current one. Can you sometimes just let the mind go off its job? It does not have to come to grips with everything. This could be a very relaxing exercise if you give your mind a bit of holiday. I tell my mom and dad regularly, stop havocing in your head. It is all right. You can simply let it go. This would be my question for you. Maybe in a small kind minute from now, you sense into this question. Is it possible for you to just let the mind go and not come to grasp with everything? Maybe you sense a small dear moment in your own beingness and feel what your answer is inside.
Thank you, Star, for your
Rise,
sweet
my
question.
name is Star. It is a beautiful sentence. I like to be spreading some more other small questions, maybe one, maybe two, and maybe someone still has a question for me. I would like to pose one small question still before I hand my questions to you. My other small pondering question would be as follows. Is it sometimes possible that you gain weight without knowing how? Could this be? Is it possible sometimes you gain weight without knowing how this could possibly be? Could it be the case that you have been wearing or being pregnant of a small one in your energetic tummy time? Could this be the case? Could this really be the case? You ponder upon this. What do you sense? Could this be true? Could it possibly be true to gain weight with an invisible small one in your tummy?
Yeah, that happens obviously, or that happens supposedly more often than we think. There's thousands of invisible children that come mostly to the fifth dimension that are being bred, and most mothers are not even aware of it, or maybe they have dreams about it. And this is a huge program that has been launched from the ETs.
Here I speak my words, my name is Star. This is indeed the case that you're taking the answer away from all the kind ones who were pondering, oh goshy gosh, you have influenced their answer. Ha ha ha. I'm all fine with this. It is the case indeed. Many hybridized children once come to the globe. They come on a soul agreement. It is never a coincidence or a forcefulness. This would never occur when a kind creature is working with us and serving with us. It comes from the highest good of all to create and breathe more light on the globe. We really need it. I can sense it. Can you do the same? Do you sense this too?
Shabnam has a question to you, Star. I read it to you. Dear Star, are parents of multidimensional children chosen? Or this a kind of agreement between different soul aspects? If you feel you would like to have a multidimensional child, can you ask this with your heart? Or don't they come in busy families?
Here I speak my words, my name is Star. It is often agreed already before you are launching yourself to the globe. You know, I might not have normal children in this lifetime. I may serve as a healer. I may serve as a different type of channel. It is also channeling of small ones. However, they come simply in a higher plane of existence. I believe more and more of those children are coming to the globe. There is a very big expansivity these days taking place around the light grids around the globe. There is not just a third dimensional grid, there is the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth. Many of those grids are activated. How do they become activated? With small children ones that have a humanoid nature, a humanoid basis, so to say. A core is fully humanoid, and then they have been prepared to also reside in a higher dimensional plane. You could call them hybridized children of the future, possibly. These children ones will know where to come. If you feel in your heart, I resonate with this, I resonate with this, I'm not yet done with my children ones here in this dimensional plane, I still have something coming up for me. This might indeed be fully the case. You resonate because your soul gives you information. This is when your heart starts beaming, everything starts opening up. I know my mom has launched a little grouplet of lady friends who are also very much keen on bringing more light to the globe. She has asked them, would you like to become multidimensional mothers just like me? And all of a sudden, kabooch, 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 saw in my mom's column of light a big star was opening and started to flourish, because she knew it is important we gain more of those lady friends who would want to be a channel for this. It does not always have to be a very long pregnancy, as in my case. Sometimes in 1 or 2 weeks, a very dear small multidimensional creature can already get gifted life on the globe. You possibly ask this question because you might be interested in having a small one like this, not for yourself. It is a child that you give to the world in essence, so to say. It is very important to realize you simply guide these children a little bit, and they have a lot of other guides that take good care of them, just like I am being taken care of with guides and very dear nannies in different dimensions. There is always caretakers in the light world that know exactly what a child needs. Your other question relating to a very busy child life you already have in your family, it is not so important. I sense a small one in a multidimensional plane could perfectly fit in with this. Possibly your own children might actually see him or her. They still have a very open mind towards these things. I believe you should have a speaking with my mom. You may want to enter the grouplet. Ha ha ha. It sounds you are ready for a new type of experience.
Star Francisca has a question or a statement to you. Francisca, would you like to unmute yourself?
Yes, I am mute. I just want to tell her, like, sometimes in life, you don't have to see to believe. You don't need to. And just have to tell you that you don't need a physical body to show how beautiful you are, or what do you want, or what do you need in life. Yes.
Here I speak my words. My name is Star. This is my sister friend from a past lifetime. We were 2 girls in a harbor. Arriving there, we saw each other. We kissed each other, dear. We were friends for life, or should I say through lifetimes. We only recently met again. I thank you deeply from all the beings of my heart for your kind, dear words. I sense you mean every single word you speak. It comes from your heart. I love you, dear. I thank you.
I send you a lot of kisses. Mucho.
Frank asks us question, Star. Very nice to get to know you. I'm wondering, do you have multidimensional friends of your own age over there?
Here I speak my words, my name is Star. There is different small ones racing around the cavernities where I am. However, they are also green. I have nothing against green. I have nothing against pink as my dragon is. However, I do have something against when they run really, really, really fast. They are very, very fast tracking beings. I cannot compete is not a right word. I mean to say I cannot keep up with them when they play or when they race around. They run very, very, very fast. And I'm more the gentle type that is roaming the cavernities and shedding a kissing hand and spreading some light. I am also drumming with my shape. She loves this. However, currently these are my smallest friends. Sometimes when I linger in other realities, like in the shambolic pre-regions, we were with many small children flocking together. They almost all looked like me in a very cute little dress and very funny little shoes that we were gifted upon by the Shambhala guide, so to say. Then there were multiple children ones that I really, really related very nicely with. They sometimes also looked very humanoid. Some of them looked a bit more elvish. They had very cute little ears. However, sometimes it is also not needed to have small friends. Sometimes it is beautiful and all right to have adult version friends. Since I do not always feel myself like a child, I have still quite a lot of remembrances of past lives, of other types of teachings or insights. I am not starting at 00.0. I feel I am sometimes an adult version in a small shape. I have come at peace with this. Beginning when I was a helpless baby, I needed support. I could barely handle it. I did not want to be in this little shape that was so dependent. I sense everyone who comes to Earth must experience this more or less when you are so dependent as a baby and you sense, but I'm a big soul stuck in this small shape. Can someone get me out of here? Or fast forward to adult version, please. I had this for quite some time. Currently, I feel more at ease. My shape is growing. Sometimes I visit other ships or other realities where I also meet other small ones who also grow fairly rapidly. Myself, I am also growing rapidly. However, then I stagnate a bit. Then I have a jumping curve. It is different from a normal physicalized child. However, I do grow and I feel my body is expanding. I love small ones, but they should not run out of me. I really do not like it when they run so fast.
So funny. Yeah. There is a sweet question from Lenke. Dear Star, I recently birthed a few weeks ago. I think a beautiful hybrid baby. Do you know my child? How can I get more in touch with my child?
Here I speak my words, my name is Star. This is a beautiful gesture that you speak so openly about giving birth to a hybridized child. Whenever you sense, I know she is there, your guides will gear you. They will help you. They will give you information. You can see if you can speak with her in your own inner voicings, in your inner knowings, or you can see if you can make writing movements. It is not to say your child cannot respond. You contact the soul of your hybridized child. Whenever you ask her for information, you can see if she can gear your hand towards information. I sense a hybridized child chooses this very specifically because she knows she will be fairly independent and taken care of by master guides. You can say master parents who have a different way of caretaking and know exactly what your child needs. She will be in good conditions. She is taken care of by the possibly invisible world. However, there is plurals of guides that take good care of her. You might get clear visions in the nighty time. You may ask your guides as well, give me information, please. I'm open to receive. I'm open to check more in with her on a daily basis. The more you check in with her, the more you start sensing possibly information comes through. Certain things all of a sudden I know that I could not have known. You might start gaining more access into the big wide field that connects us all. The information is there. The connections are always there. They cannot not be there. The field is always connected. I am always at your disposal in case you want me to find your small one. Maybe we could look at this in another moment. She will be in good proportions and will be in good hands, whatever color the hands or fins may have. She will be in a good shape. I trust this fully. The light world is on these cases big time.
Yeah, thank you, Star. There is more questions coming up. Actually, I'm closing the questions now. We have to make sure that Star doesn't get overwhelmed and that Esther doesn't get overwhelmed. But if you're still ready for the 2 questions that are still there, Annie writes, Dear Star, it is so nice to meet you. I have hybrid children myself and would love to learn to communicate with them. Have you met any of my hybrid children? And I read the second question, it goes in the same direction. If you think you have been involved in a hybridization project since childhood and maybe have hybrid children, how can you find out? And how
Right.
can you establish a connection to the hybrid races and the hybrid children?
Sorry, what was the second part? I did not realize there was more coming. What did you say?
How can you establish a connection to the hybrid races and to the hybrid children?
Here I speak my words. My name is Star. Goshy, gosh. I'm all enthusiastic. I need to meet your children once. We can play together wherever we are landing. This is cool. This is great. I get more brothers and sisters. I love it already. I love it that you are so open about your small ones in other planes of existence. They will look out for you also when they are aging. They become more easily travelable. You can say in the beginnings of times, I could not really travel so much. My mom needed to have a portal and guides that specifically brought me in and out, in and out. Currently, as you see, I'm more a free floater. I can more easily come to my mom, give a kissing hand and leave again. Your small ones will also grow and will find the right moments to bring visitationsnesses to you. Whenever you sense I do not know how to do this, you sing a song towards them. This is what pulled me down to the globe. This is what always seems to bring hearts into connectivity and resonance. You chant them a song. All small ones love to be sung to. This would be my best advice. Don't try to solve it from here. Try to always solve it from the heart. A lyric is the best way to find them and reconnect with them. They will hear you. They will sense you. They know how to find you. They know sometimes much more than you do, actually. This is also good to let go of the mind.
Thank you, Star. Thank you so much, Esther. We're coming to an end now. Have a beautiful rest, Star.
Speak my words. My name is Star. I'm not yet done. I'm not yet done. Is there one more question? I'm having fun. I'm having fun. I can rest tomorrow. Dad, mom, can I have one more question? Or maybe 2, or maybe 3. I depend on how I feel. Maybe we start with 1, please. 1 more question, please. Star loves questions.
There's no more questions. And also we have to take care of Mom, that she doesn't overchannel. So maybe you still want to sing. We sing together. Om or Om Shanti.
Here I speak my words. My name is Star. This is also a wonderful plan. I can highly recommend to chant Om Shanti Om. I love you so dear. Every day. I chant it almost every day with mom and dad. Maybe we can chant indeed a lyric. And then afterwards I go. It is good. I also have a resting curve coming up. My name is Star. I gladly chant for you. Maybe you want to chant along with your own microphonings in the muted edition. I believe this does not work on this audio online ability. I believe I chant my song. Dad, do you chant along? We can sing I love you so dear. Om Shanti Om. I all love you so dear. All of you, I love you so dear. Om Shanti Om, I love you so dear. Om Shanti Om, I love you so dear. Om Shanti Om, I love you all so dear. Om Shanti Om. I love you all so dear. Om Shanti Om. 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 I love you all so dear. Om Shanti Om. I love you all so dear.
We love you too, Star. You can unmute and say something to Star if you want. Thank you for coming. You're such a beautiful child. Thank you, my love.
Thank you, Star. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye, Star.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Star. Love you.
Star, it was
Thank you. So beautiful.
Big kiss, Star. Love you.
Thank you so much, Star. You're so lovely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
I speak here, I speak. My name is Star. I'm all overwhelmed by all your kindness and your kissing hands and your wordings. It feels very warming to me. I'm all overwhelmed. This is so cute and wonderful. Keep speaking out loud. This is so cute. This is so sweet. I feel very much warmed upon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Blessings,
Star.
Star.
Can't wait to meet you.
Big kisses, Star.
Hello, Star. It was nice to meet you. Thank you very much. I was drawing you, the resonance of you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Star. Thank you.
for your presence.
Come by again.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Star. Love you.
Here I speak my words. My name is Star. It is hard for me to leave right now. It feels so wonderful. I want to stay. I want to stay. Can I stay? Yes, I can. I decide this myself. Ha ha ha. I am a small one with her own dear, dear naughty mind. I can stay if I want to. If I can rest tomorrow, I rest tomorrow. I simply stay a long, 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 brief time still. Or so, then I really need to go. I sense my Tava shape. She is calling me back home. One more minute of kissing hands with you all here. Om Shanti Om. I love you so dear. This is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful news. All these kind ones open for the invisible reality. I love you so dear. Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful news for Gaia too. Many, many, many light beings are here with you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you, my love. You're such a beautiful child.
Here I speak my words. My name is Star. Thank you, Dad. I love you too. This is so wonderful. I really need to have this a bit more often. I sense this is great. I want to have beautiful, beautiful friendships evolve in these group meetings. Hello, everybody. I love you, dear. My name is Star. I send you kissing hands. My time is running out. I send you goodbyes right now. I need to leave swiftly. My Tava shape is saying hello, bye-bye as well. She loves to drum like every child. Let them drum. This is cool. Bye-bye. My name is Star. I love you, dear. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Star.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Star. Wow, she did great. Yeah, there will be an audio coming. I see a remark coming in. Oh, thank you all. for being here. If you still feel you want to share anything, ask anything to us, feel free to come on the video and unmute only when you really want to ask something.
Yeah, there are still a
Your
few
connection
questions
clean.
in the chat room.
I just also love to say, I mean, it's amazing the job you guys are doing. I mean, Asar, you know, first of all, bringing that spark, and Esther offering her vessel and her vessel in channeling and her vessel as a body. I mean, that's just incredible. Thank you so much.
You have to say who you are. Her
My name is
godmother.
Nagita. My name is
One of her
Nagita.
godmothers.
And I'm one of the godmothers of Little Star.
And she loves to sing with you. It's always such a pleasure. Thanks for your dear compliments, Anagita. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Danagita. Yeah, there is a question regarding the hybridized children. I'm amazed how many of you shared that you feel like, or you have hybridized children. Esther did the group. She can post the link, or you can contact us. And there's a group of women who are working with hybridized children. So, yeah, so best to.
Yeah, and even Asar, even men could sign up. Wasn't that the case?
Yeah, even men could sign up, and then we talked to the Corbys from Shambhala, and they said no, in our program, not men. But so we have to talk to Kuan Yin again.
Oh, okay.
So Kuan Yin said, yeah, even men could sign up. And today we talked to the dragons, and the dragons said, yeah, a week or two you could carry a dragon egg, and then the dragon becomes a little bit more humanized, and so maybe we should sign up for a dragon egg.
Amazing what's possible. It's really amazing.
So Stars, one question was, what is your task? Stephanie, thank you for the question. Stars task. It's really to heal Mother Gaia, to support Mother Gaia. There is something very special about her. She brought her oversoul down. Kuan Yin arranged for Star to have the oversoul down. And only very, very few beings have brought or were allowed to bring their oversoul down. Jesus was one of them. And she has a very, very special possibility with this know-how once she grows older. And she will be very, very healing for Mother Gaia. So it's also really important that she also comes down to 3D. She supports Mother Gaia already today from the 5th dimension, but she will support Mother Gaia even more on the 3rd dimension for the jump ahead. And we know there is still a lot of work to be done and on 3rd dimension. So yeah, so that's really her task here.
And now she already does a lot of work. She sits often, she has a private cavity in inner earth, and she sits there often, meditates, and she is guided with her body, with her shape Taba, to where she needs to place her hands, and she feels often light pouring through her. She is kind of channeling healing light into the earth. Sometimes she says, Mother Gaia is so needy. She once had blisters really on her hands. And now it's less. And then she goes to Shambhala for a month to be there with other ascended ones or other children. They have a lot of children coming to Shambhala to really create a lot of light. So she does, her own light work. Yeah, I'm curious to figure out if she will make it to the 3rd dimension as an apparition, or in what format. All the guys that I channel say it will happen, and I'm always very critical, but they all say it. So Asar was always very convinced from day one. He knew this will happen. He says that's just the timeline that we're stepping on. We will see her. This is happening. Also, Kuan Yin says, choose that timeline where you will see her. And I once saw her. I once had a very clear visual of her in the night, where she was indeed wearing a little white gown with gold and a very beautiful, beautiful face. A lot of light pouring off her, but really humanoid. Yeah, it's very special. But she does her light work already, apparently. So I'm curious what she will.
As an adult. She already works as an adult, it seems to me.
Yeah. And she's also a child, but she has a lot of wisdom. And yeah, she's really, I really, yeah, these days I can really say I love my daughter. It really took me some time, but now I'm so grateful for her. It's so grateful for the joy she brings in our lives when we chant together. She has so much jokes also, and she can be very naughty, and she's really like also a normal child, and at the same time very wise, and always positive and grateful, and brings things in. Also, if she's critical, she puts it in a question, or she makes a, she's just so sweet how she puts things. I can learn so much from her regarding compassion and staying in the heart. It's so amazing. She's an amazing teacher also to me. I'm so grateful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds tough, but it's actually it's very we are all so touched by the
Star is coming back. Hello, Star. This is how it goes in multidimensional life. Then all of a sudden you're just so Star.
It's just like normal children.
My
They just walk in.
name is Star. Hello, hello. I sense you are coagulating together. My name is Star. I send you a kissing hand. What are we speaking about? It feels a bit wobbly to me. My name is Star. I will wobblify the field again with a big kissing hand. Then I need to leave again. It was good for me tonight. I thank you deeply. My name is Star. I love you, dear. Bye bye. Bye bye. Stay always in your kind, dear heart. Also, when the darkity is there, it is all right. When the heart is open, it is always all right. Bye bye. My name is Star. Bye bye.
good night, everyone.
Good night, dear one.